Hey guys, Moustache here with another figure review from Tamashii Nations and Bandai. We have the SH Figuarts, Daft Punk, Guy Manuel, De Homen Crystal, and Thomas Bengalter. I probably butchered that name, but we'll go ahead and get in the review. I'm going to start off with my favorite member of Daft Punk, which would be Thomas. So go ahead and set Guy Manuel to the side here, get into it. Or actually, let's go ahead and do like a twin review here. So going into the box, we get these awesome picture windows of kind of schematics. If you bought the vinyl version of Random Access Memories, you kind of see a similar deal on the inside with the book. But of course, each figure has its own unique thing. So on Guy Manuel, he has the gold, and on Thomas, he has the silver. So we get a gold Daft Punk and a silver Daft Punk with each one. And going to the side here, we go ahead and get the figures kind of looking at each other. So if you wanted to display the boxes in back of them, you could always have this kind of right next to them, shadowing them, which looks very nice. And then we'll go ahead to the other side, we just have the names, Thomas and Guy. And then going over here, we get a pretty much the same back, just mirrored. So it does say simple style and heroic action, like much of the other figures. We get the names, we get Daft Punk, movable, option parts, molding. We do get a scene of the back of them. We do get kind of a twin scene, and then we kind of get a DJ scene. And then, like I said, they do kind of mirror each other. So since we see the front with Thomas here, we get the front with Guy over here, with Thomas in the background and Guy in the background. So, let us get into it and review these figures. So, these figures are no exception to Tamashii and Bandai's attention to detail. These guys are great. You have really nice chromed helmets on both Guy and Thomas. And then both have numerous hands, and they have these awesome biker outfits that they rocked for a really long time. And so we'll get into the hands. I'm not even ready to deal with all the hands that these guys come with. So both of these guys, Thomas and Guy, both have their own hands. So let's get into it. So first off, they both have left and right piece hands. You get the gold and the silver. They have the kind of rock-on hands, both left and right, which are they gold and silver. We get kind of the open palm hands, kind of like a waving hand. So we get those as well. We get kind of a waving, kind of relaxed hand there. We do get these kind of arched open hands, which can be used to like DJ, since they're like flatter, kind of like a flat. We do get these two kind of knob turning hands, and then we get more of a like minute palm turning or knob turning hand as well. So we get a set of 7 hands with these guys, which are great if you're trying to create, scenes with these two figures. You're definitely going to have the amount of hands for it. Let's get into articulation. So we'll start off with Thomas here. So getting into articulation, you do get 360 degrees on the head. Head does move up about that far. Head moves down about that far. When you do get kind of farther, you'll see on the other figure that it's a little different. And then we'll go ahead. Arm does do 360 degrees. Does do a little more than 90. And then the wrists do 360 degrees. Then the torso goes about that far. That far. I think it can probably do the 360 degrees, which it does. So that's pretty nice. You do get a belt in the middle here, which kind of is free flowing on the ball joint in the middle. Then going towards the legs, you do get the 360 degrees, but you kind of have to work at it, something that you probably don't want to do. And then you do get more than 90 here on the back. And then going down to the feet, you do get 360 degree spin, get a pivot at the ankle in all directions. And then you do get a toe bend, much like all the other Tamashii figures. So, articulation is great. Going into the helmets, you can kind of see it here Let me see if I can try to get a closer look on this. The attention to detail that Tamashii put into these figures are no exception of their other figures. I don't know if you can see it, but in the visor you do have some of the detail in there. And then going down to the mouth. It does have a smiling mouth, even though I think most of the time it does look like a just like a plain mouth, but it still looks very nice. You got all the zippers, you got the Daft Punk on the back, and then you also do get all these kind of little ridges on the jacket here that Daft Punk are known for. And going down to the legs are no exception to the top half. You get all this detail with the ridges in the middle, at the knee bands, and the zippers at the kind of thigh area, and then you have this awesome belt. Then you got the shoes, you got the lacing on the shoes and everything. You got that toe band, of course. And it would have been nice if the shoes, I guess, would have been Descript shoes, because I know Daft Punk has been known to wear Adidas. I know they were in the Star Wars commercial, the Adidas Star Wars commercial for the Adidas Star Wars line. So that would have been cool if they were either, you know, like some of those, or maybe just like a plain black with the 3 lines. But then that would have probably been more licensing for Tamashii. But still really nice. And then we'll go ahead and grab this guy figure that's kind of photobombing in the background here. You got the peace and wave sign on him. And then going into his helmet, you can see the detailing there. You got the gold kind of, and then the little wave symbol right there. And going to the back of the helmet, you got all those colored wires, which looks real great. And like I was saying, if you put the head up too much, you can kind of see just like an emptiness there, which is fine. And then you get all the detail and articulation that you would with the other figure. And then same thing, you got these really nice feet, the laces are laced, and everything like that. And then of course, no exception, I was extremely happy with these figures. I had pre-ordered these a while back, and when they came in, I was blown away by the attention to detail, as well as how many hands they had. I think in the long run, I'm going to end up making like a really nice display for this. Maybe something like the Comic-Con display, or the con displays that they had when they showed off these figures. I'll go ahead and put a little video clip on the side here. Really nice. I think they are talking about maybe releasing a limited edition version, which might be their Get Lucky / Random Access Memories kind of outfit with the suit and the sequins. So I think that's very cool. I would also maybe like to see some of the earlier outfits like Discovery, and having them maybe like with the suit and like the vest. I think that'd be very cool too. I think people are ordering these figures, so it's not like they wouldn't make money on them. I think it's very cool that they chose Daft Punk to kind of be in the like on the line. I think people are wanting more music figures from Tamashii, but I think the reason they did go with Daft Punk is because essentially Daft Punk has always gone with that history of them being robots. You know, Human After All, Discovery, even with this Random Access Memories, they've always kind of taken that robot feel when it came to Daft Punk. So I think that's why they went with Daft Punk as far as going into the music. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe other acts, but I think Daft Punk is something that's really good for them. I don't think they necessarily need to make other musical acts as far as like figures, just because they do lean more towards like anime and robot type stuff. So, Mustache again. Peace!